Humanity's unexpected leap. The vast expanse of space had always beckoned to humanity, a siren call of endless possibility. Yet, for all their technological advancements, humans remained confined to their solar system, their dreams of interstellar travel seeming forever out of reach. That is, until the day everything changed. Dr. Samantha Chen stood before the Titanic radio telescope array, her eyes fixed on the incoming data stream. For years, she had dedicated her life to the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, weathering ridicule and budget cuts. Now, as the first coherent patterns emerged from the cosmic static, a mix of elation and trepidation washed over her. "This is it," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the hum of computers. "We're not alone." The message, originating from a star system 40 light-years away, was deceptively simple, a series of prime numbers, followed by what appeared to be coordinates. It was an invitation, or perhaps a challenge. News of the discovery spread like wildfire. Governments scrambled, scientists debated, and the public oscillated between excitement and fear. In the midst of the chaos, an unlikely alliance formed between nations, pooling resources and expertise in a race against time. Enter Marcus Donovan, a brilliant but unconventional aerospace engineer known for his wild theories and even wilder inventions. While others focused on decoding the message, Marcus saw an opportunity. "We've been thinking too small," he declared to a room full of skeptical colleagues. "The answer isn't in the message, it's in how they sent it." Marcus proposed a radical theory. The aliens hadn't just sent information, they had manipulated the very fabric of space-time to do so. If humanity could replicate the method, they might achieve faster-than-light communication and potentially travel. The scientific community scoffed, but desperation bred innovation. With the backing of a coalition of world governments, Marcus and a hand-picked team of misfits were given carte blanche to pursue their outlandish ideas. In a repurposed missile silo deep in the New Mexico desert, Project Longshot took shape. Days blurred into weeks as the team worked tirelessly, fueled by caffeine and the tantalizing promise of the impossible. Their first breakthrough came unexpectedly. Zora Patel, a quantum physicist with a penchant for obscure mathematical theories, noticed a pattern in the alien transmission that mirrored an equation she'd been working on for years. "It's not just a message," she exclaimed, her eyes wide with realization. "It's a blueprint." The team redoubled their efforts, translating theoretical physics into practical engineering at a pace that would have been unthinkable mere months ago. They were no longer just building a communication device. They were constructing humanity's first faster-than-light engine. As the project neared completion, tensions on Earth reached a boiling point. Some saw the alien contact as a threat, calling for military preparation. Others viewed it as a chance for peace and advancement. Protests erupted in major cities, and conspiracy theories ran rampant. Amidst the growing chaos, Dr. Chen made a startling discovery. The alien message contained more than just coordinates. It held a warning. Time was running out, not just for Earth, but for the entire galaxy. With global unrest threatening to derail the project, Marcus and his team faced a difficult decision. The engine was untested, the risks astronomical. Yet the stakes were clear. Take a leap into the unknown or face an uncertain future alone in the cosmos. In a secret facility, far from the prying eyes of the media and the anxious governments of the world, Marcus stood before the gleaming prototype. Its sleek design belied the revolutionary technology within, a fusion of human ingenuity and alien insight. "We didn't come this far to turn back now," he said, addressing his team and the handful of world leaders who had gathered to witness history. "Whatever's out there, whatever challenges we face them together, as humans, as explorers." With a deep breath, Marcus activated the engine. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, with a blinding flash of light and a sound like the universe itself taking a breath, the prototype vanished, taking humanity's hopes and fears with it. In that instant, whether they succeeded or failed, humanity had taken its first true step into the cosmic unknown. The age of Earth's isolation was over. For better or worse, they were now part of something greater, a galactic community that would challenge everything they thought they knew about themselves and the universe. As the dust settled and the world held its collective breath, one thing became clear. Humanity's greatest adventure was just beginning. The stars, once distant and unreachable, now beckoned with newfound urgency, and humanity, with its unyielding spirit and newfound technology, was ready to answer the call. The Galactic Challenge, Earth's ingenious solution. The prototype's disappearance left Earth in a state of suspended animation. For 72 agonizing hours, the world waited, hopes and fears hanging in the balance. Then, just as suddenly as it had vanished, the ship reappeared in a flash of otherworldly light. Marcus Donovan stumbled out, his eyes wide with wonder and his mind reeling from the impossible journey. "We did it," he gasped, collapsing into the arms of Dr. Chen. "We made it to the coordinates, and they were waiting for us." The debriefing that followed was unlike anything in human history. Marcus and his team described a vast space station orbiting a distant star, teeming with life forms beyond imagination. But more shocking than the aliens themselves was the reason for their call. They call themselves the Galactic Council, Marcus explained to a stunned audience of world leaders and scientists. And they summoned us, along with representatives from 1,000 other young species, to face a challenge that threatens the entire universe. The threat, as the Council explained, was entropy itself. The universe was dying faster than anyone had predicted, and conventional solutions had failed. Now, in a desperate bid for survival, the Council was turning to the young races, hoping their fresh perspectives might yield an answer where ancient civilizations had failed. Each species was given a specific aspect of the problem to tackle. Earth's assignment: find a way to replenish the energy of dying stars without causing catastrophic damage to surrounding systems. As news of the challenge spread, Earth's initial unity began to fracture. Some saw it as an opportunity to prove humanity's worth on a cosmic stage. Others argued for isolation, fearing the consequences of failure in an interstellar competition. In the midst of the debate, an unlikely hero emerged. Jun Park, a South Korean high school student with a passion for astrophysics, posted a video that went viral overnight. In it, he proposed a radical solution inspired by an old sci-fi novel and cutting-edge theories in quantum mechanics. "What if," Jun suggested, his eyes bright with excitement, "we could create a network of quantum-entangled particles across star systems? We could use them to transfer energy from younger, more vibrant stars to those on the brink of collapse." The scientific community was initially skeptical, but as experts pored over Jun's calculations, they realized the young student might be onto something revolutionary. The concept was quickly dubbed Project Starbridge. A global initiative was launched, with Jun at its center. The best minds from every nation came together, pooling their knowledge and resources. Traditional rivalries were set aside in the face of this monumental task. Marcus and his team worked tirelessly to adapt their FTL technology for the mass deployment of quantum-entangled probes. Dr. Chen led a task force to map potential donor and recipient stars across the galaxy, and Zara Patel dove deep into the quantum realm, refining the theories that would make energy transfer possible. But as Earth raced against time and competing alien civilizations, unforeseen complications arose. The first test of the Starbridge concept had catastrophic consequences, nearly causing a solar flare that could have wiped out a nearby alien colony. The failure hit the team hard. Especially June, the weight of potential galactic catastrophe pressed down on the young genius, threatening to crush his spirit. It was in this dark moment that humanity's unique strength began to shine. Instead of abandoning the project or scapegoating Jun, the global community rallied around him. Messages of support poured in from around the world. Fellow students organized study groups to help refine the calculations. Retired scientists came out of seclusion to offer their expertise. This unwavering support reinvigorated Jun and the entire team. They went back to the drawing board, approaching the problem from new angles. It was during one of their marathon brainstorming sessions that Jun had another breakthrough. "We've been thinking about this all wrong," he exclaimed, his fingers flying across a touch screen. "Instead of trying to transfer raw energy, what if we could transfer the potential for energy?" The concept was mind-bending. By manipulating the quantum state of particles across vast distances, they could essentially seed dying stars with the building blocks of fusion, jump-starting the process without the danger of uncontrolled energy transfer. As the team refined this new approach, Earth buzzed with activity. Every nation contributed: Japan's advanced robotics, India's software expertise, Brazil's unparalleled biodiversity research. Even smaller countries found ways to make critical contributions. The day of the Galactic Council's deadline approached. Earth's team worked around the clock, perfecting their solution. In orbital shipyards, a fleet of probe-laying vessels took shape, ready to spread the Starbridge network across the galaxy. Finally, with mere hours to spare, humanity presented its solution to the Council. The alien representatives watched in stunned silence as Jun, now a symbol of Earth's collective genius, explained the Starbridge concept. As he finished, the chamber erupted in a cacophony of alien vocalizations. The Council's translator struggled to keep up, but the message was clear. Earth's solution was not just viable, it was revolutionary. In that moment, humanity secured its place among the stars. They have faced a challenge of cosmic proportions and emerged victorious, not through overwhelming force or advanced technology, but through collaboration, creativity, and the unquenchable spirit of a species that refused to give up. As celebrations erupted across Earth, Marcus pulled Jun aside. "You've done something incredible," he said, his voice thick with emotion. "But this is just the beginning. The real work starts now." Jun nodded, his eyes gleaming with a mix of excitement and determination. "We're ready," he replied, speaking not just for himself, but for all of humanity. "Whatever comes next, we'll face it together." As news of Earth's triumph spread across the galaxy, the stars themselves seemed to shine a little brighter. Humanity had taken its first steps onto the cosmic stage, and the universe would never be the same. Cosmic diplomacy. Humans shake up the status quo. The euphoria of Earth's triumph at the Galactic Council was short-lived. As humanity prepared to implement Project Starbridge across the galaxy, they quickly realized that success had thrust them into a complex web of interstellar politics they were ill-prepared to navigate. The Galactic Council, it turned out, was less a unified governing body and more a fragile alliance of ancient, often competing civilizations. Earth's revolutionary solution had upset a delicate balance of power that had existed for millennia. Enter Dr. Aisha Okafor, a brilliant Nigerian diplomat with a background in both political science and astrophysics. As Earth's first ambassador to the Galactic Council, she found herself thrust into a role that would determine humanity's place among the stars. "We come in peace," Aisha declared in her first address to the Council, "but we will not be silent observers to injustice or inequality, even on a galactic scale." Her words sent shockwaves through the assembly. Most young species, grateful for admission to the galactic community, adopted a deferential stance towards the older races. Humanity, it seemed, had other ideas. As the Starbridge project moved from theory to implementation, conflicts arose. Some elder races, secure in their power, sought to control the technology for themselves. Others, fearful of change, worked to discredit Earth's solution. Aisha and her team of human diplomats found themselves engaged in a chess game of cosmic proportions. They forged alliances with other young species, many of whom had long chafed under the subtle dominance of the elder races. Together, they began to advocate for a more equitable distribution of resources and decision-making power within the Council. But it wasn't just in the Council chambers that humanity made waves. As human ships spread across the galaxy, installing Starbridge nodes, they encountered civilizations in various stages of development. Many were suffering under oppressive regimes or struggling with environmental disasters. The question of interference became a heated debate both on Earth and in the Council. Should humanity intervene in the affairs of other worlds? The Council's policy of non-interference had allowed countless atrocities to occur in the name of natural development. It was Jun Park, now a young adult and leading Earth's scientific outreach, who proposed a controversial solution. What if, he suggested, we create an open-source galactic database? We share our knowledge, our history, mistakes and all, and let other civilizations learn from our experiences. The idea was radical. Most advanced species guarded their knowledge jealously. But humanity, with its long history of open scientific collaboration, saw it differently. Despite fierce opposition from some council members, Earth moved forward with the Galactic Open Archive. It was an unprecedented sharing of information, from scientific discoveries to philosophical treatises, works of art to cautionary tales of war and environmental destruction. The impact was immediate and far-reaching. Young civilizations, armed with knowledge that had taken other species millennia to accumulate, began to advance at astonishing rates. Some elder races decried it as reckless, warning of weapons technology falling into the wrong hands. But many more saw it as a long-overdue democratization of knowledge. As Earth's influence grew, so did the challenges. A faction of isolationist humans, fearful of alien influence, gained traction back on Earth. They argued for cutting ties with the galactic community and focusing on fortifying the solar system against potential threats. Aisha found herself fighting battles on two fronts, in the council chambers and back home. It was during this time that she formed an unlikely alliance with Zurich, a representative of one of the eldest council races. Zurich, a being of pure energy whose species had long ago transcended physical form, saw in humanity a reflection of his own race's tumultuous youth. "You remind us of who we once were," he told Aisha, "before we grew complacent in our power. Perhaps it is time for a change." Together, Aisha and Zurich began to work on restructuring the council itself. They proposed a new system that would give greater voice to younger species while still respecting the experience of the elders. It was a delicate balance, requiring all of Aisha's diplomatic skill and Zurich's centuries of wisdom. The debates were fierce, sometimes lasting for weeks without break. More than once, it seemed the council might fracture entirely, but slowly, painstakingly, a new consensus began to emerge. Meanwhile, the Starbridge network continued to grow. Dying stars were revitalized, and the looming threat of universal entropy began to recede. But with this success came new responsibilities. Humanity found itself as the custodian of a technology that could reshape the very fabric of the galaxy. It was Marcus Donovan who proposed the next revolutionary idea. "We've proven we can save stars," he said, addressing a joint session of Earth's governments and the Galactic Council. "Now it's time we learn how to create them." The implications were staggering. The ability to create new stars could solve resource scarcity across the galaxy, end territorial disputes over habitable systems, and open up vast new frontiers for exploration and settlement. But it also raised profound ethical questions. Did any species, even a collective of all galactic civilizations, have the right to play God on such a cosmic scale? As the debate raged, humanity found itself at a crossroads. They had entered the galactic stage as newcomers and had quickly become central players in shaping the future of the universe itself. Aisha, standing before the newly restructured Galactic Council, felt the weight of history on her shoulders. "We do not claim to have all the answers," she said, her voice ringing through the vast chamber. "But we are committed to asking the questions, to challenging the status quo, and to working tirelessly for a future where all sentient beings can thrive." As she spoke, news came in from across the galaxy. The first test of stellar formation, conducted in a remote, uninhabited system, had been successful. A new star burned bright, a testament to the combined ingenuity of 100 species, with humanity leading the charge. The chamber erupted in a chorus of alien voices. Some celebrated, others protested, but all recognized that the galaxy had entered a new era. Humanity, in less than a generation, had gone from an isolated species to the driving force of cosmic change. As the session adjourned, Aisha gazed out at the star-filled sky, visible through the council chamber's transparent dome. Each point of light represented not just unexplored worlds, but civilizations, histories, and potential allies or adversaries. "We've only just begun," she whispered to herself, a mix of excitement and trepidation in her voice. The path ahead was uncertain, filled with challenges and opportunities beyond imagination. But one thing was clear: humanity's diplomatic revolution had irrevocably changed the face of galactic civilization. The era of passive acceptance was over. A new age of cosmic cooperation, spearheaded by the upstart species from Earth, had dawned. The threat emerges, humanity's resolve tested. As humanity basked in the glow of its diplomatic and scientific triumphs, a shadow loomed on the edge of known space. The first signs were subtle: garbled transmissions from distant outposts, inexplicable stellar anomalies, and unsettling ripples in the fabric of space-time itself. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, Earth's leading xenoastrophysicist, was the first to piece together the alarming puzzle. "Something's coming," she announced to a packed auditorium at the Galactic Science Summit. "Something that defies our understanding of physics and poses a threat to everything we've built." The entity, as it came to be known, was like nothing encountered before. It moved between dimensions, consuming energy on a scale that dwarfed even the most massive stars. In its wake, it left dead systems and twisted space-time. As panic spread across the galaxy, old rivalries and suspicions resurfaced. Some council members accused humanity of unleashing this terror with their Starbridge technology. Others retreated into isolation, abandoning cooperative efforts in favor of fortifying their own worlds. Earth found itself at the center of a maelstrom. The isolationist movement gained strength, arguing that humanity should cut its losses and focus on defending the solar system. But Ambassador Aisha Okafor stood firm. "We are citizens of the galaxy now," she declared. "We don't run from our responsibilities." A coalition began to form around Earth's leadership. Jun Park, working with a diverse team of alien scientists, proposed a daring plan. "We can't fight this thing conventionally," he explained. "But what if we could communicate with it?" The idea seemed absurd at first. How could they hope to communicate with an entity that existed partly outside of known dimensions? But as options dwindled and the entity drew closer to populated systems, desperation bred innovation. Marcus Donovan's team adapted the Starbridge technology to create a device capable of generating multi-dimensional signals. Dr. Chen developed new algorithms to translate the entity's space-time distortions into recognizable patterns. And Zara Patel pushed the boundaries of quantum mechanics to establish a framework for cross-dimensional information exchange. As preparations for first contact intensified, Earth itself was changing. The imminent threat had galvanized humanity in unprecedented ways. National borders became increasingly meaningless as the world united around a common purpose. A new form of global governance emerged, more fluid and adaptive than anything that had come before. The day of the attempt arrived. A lone ship, crewed by a diverse team of humans and aliens, ventured to the fringes of known space. As the entity approached, tension across the galaxy reached a fever pitch. Initial attempts at communication failed spectacularly. The entity's response nearly tore the ship apart. But in those fragments of shattered signals, Dr. Rodriguez detected a pattern. "It's not trying to destroy us," she realized with a start. "It's screaming for help." This revelation changed everything. What they had perceived as an unstoppable threat was, in fact, a being of unimaginable complexity, trapped between dimensions and in immense pain. Its consumption of energy and distortion of space-time were side effects of its struggle to free itself. The challenge shifted from defense to rescue, requiring a level of cooperation unprecedented in galactic history. Every species contributed its unique knowledge and abilities. Humanity's adaptability and innovative spirit proved crucial in coordinating these diverse efforts. John Park, working around the clock with his team, developed a radical proposal. "We can use a modified version of the Starbridge network," he explained, his eyes bright with exhaustion and excitement. "Not to transfer energy, but to create a stable multi-dimensional corridor. We can guide the entity back to its own realm." The plan was audacious and fraught with risk. It would require the simultaneous activation of Starbridge nodes across the galaxy, channeling energy on a scale that could, if mishandled, tear the fabric of space-time itself. As preparations for the attempt reached their final stages, a new crisis emerged. A faction of extremists, convinced that the entity was a divine punishment for galactic hubris, launched attacks on key Starbridge facilities. Their goal, to prevent the rescue and let the galaxy face its judgment. Humanity once again found itself fighting a war on two fronts, against the clock to save the entity and against those who would see the galaxy burn. It was in this moment of crisis that the true strength of Earth's new role in the galactic community became clear. Ambassador Okafor rallied a coalition of species to defend the Starbridge network. Marcus Donovan led a daring mission to repair sabotaged nodes in hostile territory. And on Earth, a global effort emerged to counter the spread of extremist ideology, not through force, but through education and outreach. The day of the attempt arrived. Across the galaxy, billions of beings held their breath. The modified Starbridge activated, creating a shimmering corridor of multi-dimensional energy. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, with a soundless roar that shook the very foundations of reality, the entity began to move. The process was agonizing. More than once, it seemed the corridor would collapse, or that the entity would tear free and wreak havoc. But slowly, painstakingly, guided by the combined will and technology of a united galaxy, the beam made its way home. As the entity vanished into its own dimension, a wave of relief washed across the galaxy. Cheers erupted on countless worlds. In the aftermath, the galaxy found itself transformed. Old enmities had been set aside in the face of a common challenge. The boundaries between species and civilizations had blurred as they worked together towards a shared goal. Humanity, the upstart species that had entered the galactic stage a scant few decades earlier, now found itself at the center of a new era of cooperation and discovery. Their journey from isolation to cosmic importance had been fraught with challenges, but their spirit had never wavered. As the celebratory transmissions poured in from across the stars, John Park stood with his team, gazing out at the vast expanse of space. "We did it," he said softly. "We faced the unknown, and we didn't blink." Ambassador Okafor, addressing a joint session of Earth's Global Council and the Galactic Senate, summed up the sentiment felt across the cosmos. "Today, we have proven that there is no challenge too great when we stand united. We have faced the very edge of existence and emerged stronger. The galaxy will never be the same, and neither will we." As her words echoed across the stars, a new chapter in galactic history began. Humanity had been tested, and they had risen to the challenge. Whatever the cosmos might throw at them next, they would face it not just as humans, but as part of a greater galactic family. The future, vast and unknown, beckoned with infinite possibility. Innovation under fire. Earth's game-changing technology. In the wake of the multi-dimensional entity crisis, the galaxy entered a period of unprecedented cooperation and scientific advancement. Earth, having played a pivotal role in the crisis, found itself at the forefront of a new age of discovery. But with great power came great responsibility, and humanity soon realized that their journey was far from over. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, a prodigy in the field of quantum mechanics, made a startling discovery while studying the after-effects of the entity's passage through our dimension. The fabric of space-time, she announced to a stunned audience at the Global Science Initiative. It's not healing properly. The damage is spreading. The implications were staggering. Left unchecked, the spreading instability could lead to the collapse of entire star systems. potentially triggering a chain reaction that could unravel the very structure of the universe. As panic threatened to overtake the galactic community once again, humanity stepped up to the challenge. "We've faced the impossible before," Marcus Donovan declared, his voice steady despite the weight of the situation. "We'll do it again." A coalition of Earth's brightest minds, led by Marcus and Dr. Tanaka, began work on what would become known as the Universal Stabilization Grid, USG. The concept was ambitious. A network of advanced devices placed strategically throughout the galaxy, working in concert to reinforce the weakening structure of space-time itself. The project faced immense challenges from the start. The technology required to manipulate the fundamental forces of the universe was beyond anything previously conceived. Moreover, the scale of the operation was mind-boggling, requiring coordination across vast interstellar distances. Jump Park, now heading Earth's Department of Galactic Cooperation, worked tirelessly to secure support from other species. "This isn't just about saving our own skins," he argued before the Galactic Council. "It's about preserving the cosmos for all life, present and future." As research into the USG progressed, Earth became a hub of frenetic activity. Scientists from across the galaxy flocked to join the project, bringing with them diverse perspectives and technologies. The spirit of collaboration was inspiring, but it also brought new challenges. Cultural misunderstandings and conflicting scientific paradigms threatened to derail the project multiple times. It was here that humanity's adaptability truly shone. Ambassador Okafor established a new protocol for interspecies scientific cooperation, emphasizing open communication and mutual respect. "We're not just building a machine," she reminded the team during a particularly heated debate. "We're forging a new way of working together, one that could shake galactic society for eons to come." As the USG prototype took shape, another crisis loomed. The energy requirements for the system were astronomical, far beyond what conventional power sources could provide. It was Zara Potel who proposed a controversial solution: harvesting energy directly from the quantum vacuum. The idea was met with skepticism and fear. Many worried that tampering with the fundamental energy of the universe could cause more harm than good. But as simulations showed the accelerating decay of spacetime, the stakes became clear. It was a risk they had to take. Work on the quantum vacuum energy extractor, QVEE, began in earnest. The device, if successful, would not only power the USG, but could revolutionize energy production across the galaxy. However, initial tests were disastrous. The first prototype imploded, taking a small moon with it. The setback was devastating, but humanity's resolve didn't waver. Dr. Tanaka, working with a team of alien energy specialists, went back to the drawing board. They emerged weeks later with a revised design that incorporated principles of harmonic resonance to stabilize the energy extraction process. As the new QVE underwent testing, another team led by Marcus Donovan focused on miniaturizing the USG nodes. The original design called for massive installations, but Marcus envisioned something more elegant: swarms of microscopic devices that could permeate spacetime itself, reinforcing it at the quantum level. The breakthrough came from an unexpected source. A young intern, Aria Wong, inspired by the bioluminescent properties of deep-sea creatures on Earth, proposed a radical idea. What if the USG nodes could be organic, grown rather than built, capable of self-repair and adaptation? The concept was revolutionary. It merged cutting-edge technology with principles of synthetic biology, creating devices that were part machine, part living organism. Initial prototypes showed incredible promise, adapting to quantum fluctuations in ways that far surpassed their mechanical counterparts. As the project entered its final stages, humanity faced perhaps its greatest challenge yet: deployment. The USG nodes needed to be positioned with incredible precision across vast swaths of the galaxy. Any miscalculation could have catastrophic consequences. It was here that Earth's long history of space exploration proved invaluable. Drawing on decades of experience with probe missions and remote operations, a plan began to take shape. Fleets of automated ships, guided by the most advanced AI ever developed, would carry the USG nodes to their designated positions. The day of activation approached. Across the galaxy, beings of all species watched and waited. On Earth, mission control was a picture of controlled chaos. Marcus Donovan, Dr. Tanaka, and their team worked feverishly, coordinating the most complex technological operation in the history of the universe. As the countdown reached 0, a collective breath was held. The QVE hummed to life, channeling the raw energy of the quantum vacuum. Trillions of USG nodes activated simultaneously, their organic circuitry pulsing with otherworldly light. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then, slowly but surely, instruments began to show a change. The fabric of spacetime, frayed and weakened by cosmic catastrophes, began to knit itself back together. The control room erupted in cheers, echoed by celebrations across Earth and countless alien worlds. Humanity had done it again. They had stared into the abyss of cosmic destruction and emerged victorious, armed with technology that would reshape the very foundations of the universe. As the initial euphoria subsided, the true implications of their success began to sink in. The USD and QVE technologies had applications far beyond their original purpose. They opened up possibilities that were previously the realm of science fiction, the ability to shape spacetime itself, to tap into the fundamental energy of the cosmos. Ambassador Okafor, addressing a galactic assembly, captured the sentiment of the moment. "Today, we stand at a crossroads," she said, her voice carrying across the stars. "We have been given power beyond imagining. The question now is not what we can do with it, but what we should do." As her words echoed across the cosmos, humanity found itself once again at the forefront of galactic affairs. They had entered the cosmic stage as newcomers, proved themselves in crisis, and now stood as pioneers of technologies that could reshape the very nature of existence. The challenges ahead were immense, but so were the opportunities. As Earth looked to the stars, it did so not with fear or hesitation, but with a sense of wonder and responsibility. They had touched the fabric of the universe itself, and in doing so, had woven themselves inextricably into the cosmic tapestry. The age of human innovation had truly begun, and with it, a new chapter in the history of the galaxy. A new era, humanity's place among the stars. As the dust settled on humanity's latest triumph, the galaxy found itself on the cusp of a new age. The Universal Stabilization Grid, USG, and Quantum Vacuum Energy Extractor, QVE, technologies had not only averted a cosmic catastrophe, but had also opened up possibilities beyond imagination. Humanity, once a fledgling species confined to a single world, now stood at the forefront of a revolution that would reshape the very fabric of the universe. However, with great power came great responsibility, and the weight of this new reality settled heavily on Earth's shoulders. The question that echoed across the stars was simple yet profound. What now? It was Dr. Elena Rodriguez, the Xenostra physicist who had first deciphered the multi-dimensional entity's cry for help, who proposed the next step. "We've touched the stars," she said, addressing a joint session of Earth's Global Council and the Galactic Senate. "Now it's time we truly understood them." Her proposal was audacious, a galactic expedition of unprecedented scale. Dubbed Project Cosmic Odyssey, it would send teams of scientists, explorers, and diplomats to the farthest reaches of known space and beyond. Their mission: to study, to learn, and to forge connections with civilizations yet undiscovered. The project ignited the imagination of beings across the galaxy. Thousands volunteered, from seasoned space explorers to wide-eyed youngsters dreaming of adventure. The selection process was rigorous, emphasizing not just scientific and technical expertise, but also adaptability, empathy, and ethical reasoning. As preparations for the Cosmic Odyssey ramped up, humanity faced challenges on other fronts. The proliferation of USG and QVE technologies had upset the balance of power in the galaxy. Some species, fearful of Earth's growing influence, began to form alliances to counterbalance human authority. Ambassador Aisha Okafor found herself navigating increasingly turbulent diplomatic waters. "We didn't develop these technologies to dominate," she reminded the Galactic Council. "We did it to preserve and protect. Let us show you how we can use them to benefit all." Her words were put to the test when a distant sector of the galaxy was struck by a series of devastating supernovas. Using a network of QVE devices, Earth led an effort to contain the destruction and evacuate endangered worlds. The operation saved billions of lives and demonstrated the potential of human innovation when applied with compassion and cooperation. Meanwhile, back on Earth, society was evolving at a dizzying pace. The influx of alien knowledge and technology had sparked a renaissance in art, philosophy, and science. Cities were transformed, incorporating otherworldly architecture and powered by clean, nearly limitless energy. The concept of work itself was being redefined as automation and AI took over routine tasks, freeing humans to pursue creative and intellectual endeavors. But not all changes were welcomed. A movement of Earth-firsters gained traction, arguing that humanity was losing its identity in the rush to embrace the galactic community. They called for a return to traditional values and a scaling back of alien influence. It was Jun Park, now an elder statesman of Earth's scientific community, who addressed these concerns. In a speech that would be remembered for generations, he said, "Our identity isn't found in isolation, but in how we face challenges and seize opportunities. We are explorers, innovators, dreamers. That is who we have always been, and who we will always be, whether on Earth or among the stars." His words resonated across the planet, rekindling the spirit of adventure that had driven humanity to the stars in the first place. A new wave of volunteers signed up for the Cosmic Odyssey, eager to carry the best of human culture to the far reaches of the galaxy. As the day of launch approached, excitement reached a fever pitch. The Odyssey fleet, a marvel of engineering and interspecies cooperation, stood ready in Earth's orbit. Each ship was a self-contained world, equipped with the latest in propulsion, life support, and scientific equipment. The night before the launch, Marcus Donovan stood with Dr. Tanaka and Zara Patel, gazing up at the stars. "Did you ever imagine we'd come this far?" he asked, his voice filled with wonder. Dr. Tanaka smiled. "No," she admitted. "But that's the beauty of it, isn't it? We've always pushed beyond what we thought was possible." Zara nodded in agreement, and we're just getting started. The launch was a spectacle unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. As the Odyssey fleet engaged their engines, drawing power directly from the quantum vacuum, the sky lit up with a display that outshone the stars themselves. Cheers erupted from every corner of Earth, and countless alien worlds united in a moment of pure awe and possibility. As the ships disappeared into the depths of space, humanity turned its gaze to the challenges that lay ahead. The technologies they had developed held the potential to reshape planets, to create new worlds, even to navigate the mysterious realms between dimensions. But with each new advance came new ethical dilemmas and responsibilities. Ambassador Okafor, addressing the Galactic Senate one last time before joining the Odyssey herself, summed up the sentiment of the age. "We stand at the dawn of a new era," she said, her words carried to every corner of known space. An era where the boundaries between species blur, where the impossible becomes routine, and where the greatest adventures lie not in conquest, but in understanding. She paused, her gaze sweeping across the assembled representatives of 1,000 worlds. "We do not know what we will find out there in the vast unknown, but we go forward not in fear, but in hope, not in isolation, but in unity. We go as humans, yes, but more than that, we go as citizens of a galaxy that grows more wondrous with each passing day." As her words echoed across the cosmos, humanity looked to the future with a mix of excitement and determination. They had come so far in such a short time, from a species confined to a single world to key players on the galactic stage. They had faced challenges that had seemed insurmountable and emerged stronger for it. The road ahead was long and undoubtedly filled with new challenges and wonders beyond imagination, but humanity was ready. With their ingenuity, their adaptability, and their unwavering spirit, they would face whatever the universe had in store. As the Odyssey fleet ventured into uncharted space, they carried with them not just the hopes and dreams of Earth, but a promise to the galaxy and to themselves. A promise to explore, to learn, to grow, and above all, to strive always for a future where all beings, no matter their origin, could thrive among the stars. The next chapter of humanity's cosmic journey had begun, and if their past was any indication, it would be a tale for the ages.